We rejoin the bad boys of Toledo Vader as they scatter into the winds to battle their demons. A fitting warm-up before battling the bands later that night. We follow Belt to a bridge. Which bridge?
Yeah, so Belt would have left the loft and hopped onto his bicycle, which is a normal adult-sized bicycle that he just makes it look like a kid's bike. And he rides from where they live sort of at the border of the Pocket and the industrial district in Claremont, down south and to the lake, and then along the front of the lake over to Park Bridge. So he goes into Ruins Park and then puts his bike underneath the bridge, ducking in out of the early springtime sun, just sits down and looks out at the water and sort of looks up at the bridge and sort of feels the weight of family and feels the weight of like expectation from Nicky and from Amadeus and from Lowe, and takes comfort in the solidity of the bridge and knows that he is strong enough to live up to those expectations.
Yeah. What are the expectations that Belt particularly feels right now?
So he thinks that Nicky is going to have a conversation with Hazel, and that Nicky is going to need... Nicky might need some propping up, might need some distraction, and he's also worried that he knows that Amadeus really hates the lead singer of Valley of the Rogue, who I think we need to name this guy.
Yeah.
Well, his last name is Rogue.
That was Rogue.
Yeah.
Ricardo? Is it Ricardo Rogue?
Sure.
Ricky Rogue.
Ricky
Ricky
Rogue?
Rogue. Yeah, sure. Ricky Rogue.
Yeah.
Ricky and Nicky.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I hate being compared to that guy.
Cardo Rogue. He goes by Cardo.
Cardo. Ricky Rogue.
Just because Ricky and Nicky are too similar. Yeah, so he knows that Amadeus is going to be seeing Cardo also, and that there might be hands thrown, and that is 100% on Belt to sort of fulfill that role for the band.
It is a little bit less dangerous if Amadeus throws hands because he can't actually hit anybody.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a look check to notice something.
All right, I got a D10 in look.
Yeah. I'll say also 4.
A 10.
A 10.
Wait, so that means you keep rolling, right?
Yes. So Helix has rolled the highest number on his die. He's rolled a 10 on a D10.
Woo. And added on to that an 8.
Which means he gets to roll it again, which means it's an 18, which is well more than 5 above the difficulty of that. Yeah, you focus in on your friends and what you can do to help them navigate these storms ahead, how you can be like the bridge for them through these challenges that you are anticipating and already building solutions for. And you maybe recognize that in this moment. These are good instincts. They've helped you maintain your friendships. Is it possible that it would occur to Belt that this is a way to not think about something that's on his mind? About himself.
I think as long as Belt is taking care of other people, that he's not looking inwards, right? He's not, it's easy for him to live up to others' expectations because those are very clear. And every time he tries to sort of step outside of the role that he sort of first came on the scene with as this kind of angry, aggressive, bad boy type, every time he's tried to put on a different face in public, it's just like, well, no, you can't be that. In part, I think, because of how he looks, and in part because of, like, that's just what people want from him. So even though he really wants to be the person who's taking care of everybody, he needs to be a wall of stone in public.
Well, right now there's no audience with expectations of you. There's a guitar next to you. There's a bridge above you, there's an ocean ahead of you, and there's the words Wall of Stone echoing in your head.
Yeah, you do a Wall of Stone song. Take one stone, pile it on another, mortar the joint in between. Take one stone, pile it onto that, and never look back to where you've been. Wall of stone, I'm gonna be a wall of stone. Wall of stone, I'm gonna be a wall of stone. Everyone can count on me to hold the line. Everyone can count on me to be just fine. I don't need anything from anyone at all. Around my heart I've built a wall. Wall of stone. 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 Up high. Look, Belt, that's real tough guy. Don't let them see the wall of stone protecting me. A wall of stone. Wall of stone. Wall of stone. My heart is a wall of stone.
Belt, as you finish playing, give me a slick check and add your rock die.
So you'd like me to roll 2d4s?
2d4s.
Slick is my least.
Yeah.
Haven't rocked hard enough yet to increase the rock.
Not yet, no.
So just for my...
But if you fail, you'll get a guitar pick that you could use in the future. So either way.
So the stone, the dice that is made of stone is my rock.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one exploded.
Hey, yeah, if you roll a 4 on a 4, it explodes.
So 4, 5, 8 total.
Okay. And if you want to say that the magic die exploded, you can... I don't know if you were delineating between them.
I specifically said one is the magic one, and it didn't.
Yeah. How much was that then?
8 altogether.
8. Yeah. There is this sort of moment of quiet as you finish singing this song to no listening audience. And as it fades, you start to hear again the sound of the water and the trees and the wind, and you hear laughter as two cyclists go above and overhead. And then, they stop for a moment, and you hear a snippet of their conversation. And one of them turns to the other and says, "Hey, someone filled in that pothole." And the other one says, "Oh, it's about time. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, these rocks. Good looking out. Whoever they are. Thank you." And they hop on their bikes, cycle away.
You rocked so hard, you assisted with civil services. you rocked so hard, you improved infrastructure.
You fortified the nearest wall of stone.
Oh
Amazing.
my gosh.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Not so far away, those cyclists roll past the ruins, being careful to take a wide berth around. There aren't really any bike trails in there. Do they go past Amadeus, or is he somewhere else entirely?
So I think what's going to happen, the way this always happens actually, is Amadeus leaves the apartment and he crosses the water. He goes to that side.
He goes
Like
south.
the southern side
goes
of
south.
the bay.
And walks along and moves along the water to the south end of the big bridge, where he would have to cross the big bridge to get to the ruins.
Cool.
You can almost see it from the other side of the water.
And then he just sits there and stares at it and doesn't go. He could just leave the apartment and go west, but he never does that. He always goes to the south side of the bridge, and then finds himself not physically, but perhaps metaphysically incapable of crossing the bridge.
You take the longest route there that gives you the most time to stall.
Yeah.
And even in that time, you give yourself the tools, the pep talk, the whatever it is you need to go across the bridge this time. And instead you find yourself looking across.
When he gets to that place, it's never the trepidation of like what, for instance, a person would experience if they have to like make a tough phone call or like send a difficult text or email. I'm speaking people in the real world, like to compare it to something like if you have to send like a bad work email or something, and there's like that nervousness about like, oh, I really don't want to do this. And so you kind of put it off and like it kind of gnaws at you, and eventually you have to push through and do it. It's not that feeling. It's like when he gets to that side of the bridge, it's almost like he can't remember what he's doing here. He knows that he wants to cross the bridge, but he doesn't really know why. The lack of mental and spiritual like grounding in the moment causes executive paralysis, and he just can't do anything. He just kind of sits there wondering what is going on for a few hours or however long it is that he ends up being there.
As you stand here, maybe you notice it at first, maybe you don't. A sort of breeze starts to pick up. It's spring, it can get stormy sometimes. You can't quite tell, it's hard interfacing with the material world, whether this is real wind blowing northward or whether it's a pole, something stronger or different. Give me a tough check as you feel a sort of pressure at your back pushing you towards the bridge.
That's my small one.
Camilla's hitting our D4s.
Yeah.
That is a 2?
That is a 2. Take a guitar pick.
Oh.
When you fail a roll, you get a pick, and you can use that as a way on a later roll to spend to add 1 to it, which will allow dice to explode and roll again. So failing gives you the power to rock harder.
Yes. Rock harder in later situations.
Yeah, you sort of are standing thinking that you are not moving, not trying to move, and just letting the time pass. And when you register your surroundings again, you realize you are partway across the bridge.
This is monumental for a few reasons. The first is because of the realization of physical displacement that has occurred. that all of a sudden he's like, oh, whoa, I'm not standing where I thought I was standing. There's that surprise. But also, this has never occurred.
No.
He has never gone across the bridge, ever.
You're not all the way across.
But the fact that he's even on the bridge is astounding in its own right. And he becomes very afraid. The first thing he does, the first thing he says when he comes to this realization is he calls out for someone. He says, Maxine?
A cyclist bikes through you.
And then he sort of regains his composure a little bit and says, Belt, Nicky? And like realizing he's alone and where he is, he will attempt to force himself to finish crossing the bridge.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's one way that a rock star would psych themselves up to do something challenging.
That's true.
You want to roll, or do you have an idea?
For a song title?
Yeah.
Let's roll. 27.
Okay. Top of the stairs.
Okay.
Feels appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny how that, like, it just kind of...
Yeah.
You create connections.
Isn't that weird? What goes up must come down. What must come down. The walk is long and the road is hard. It's not easier in the light than the dark. 1 foot in front of the other foot.
One step at a time.
Hopefully I'll see the other side. I'll take a look at what goes up.
What goes up
Must come down. What goes up must come down. The top of the stairs, only one way down. What goes up must come down. What goes up must come down.
Make me a roll with.
Before he rolls,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give him a guitar pick.
Give me a guitar
Sounds
pick.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can choose if this is buff or tough as you steel yourself and power through, taking steps and steps towards across this bridge as cyclists, pedestrians move through you, pushing you back the way you came.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Am I rolling just buff or am I rolling the rock?
You're also adding the rock die.
I'm using buff because it's a D6. That way I won't get confused. You know what? I'm gonna use one of these guitar picks because I got a 3 on my rock die, but if I use it in a 4,
Yep.
that it explodes.
It will
and
explode
becomes
and you
larger.
will, yes. So you will not only upgrade your rock die to a D6, but you will get to roll that D6 right now.
Yes.
So you've got 4 plus 3.
Yeah, 4 plus 3 is 7. Another D6. 1. So 8 total.
8 total.
But we did upgrade the rock die, which was an
upgraded.
important mechanical thing that happened.
Look, this game is all about long-term investment
All
and
about
growth.
investing in. It's not min-maxing for
My
sure.
gamer brain can't not do it.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Gotta do it.
Yeah. An 8 gets you so close.
Dang.
It wouldn't be dramatically satisfying if it worked. It can't work yet.
To the edge of the bridge, you make your way. You feel this wind at your back, pulling you against the buffet of traffic, of people moving with places to be, not looking back the way you're looking forward towards something that is for the living. You're at the edge, and you can't quite bring yourself to step off the bridge, but you can see, closer than you've ever seen before, the ruins. There are some ill-advised picnic tables around the very edges, more trees further in. You can see the sun glinting off these strange sculptural things. The ruins that it got its name from, presumably, is shimmering in polished chrome and popping in a sort of rusted red and brown. There's not peaches on any of the trees you see, but you can see the trees. There's something that's preventing you from stepping off the bridge, but you're right up there. You're 1 step away. You're the closest you've ever been.
Amadeus, both his feet on the ground, tries to lift one, can't. Tries to lift the other one, can't. And so, being unable to move his feet, he does the only other thing he can think of, which is reach. He reaches out with one arm and tries to not necessarily grab on to anything, but just he tries to put himself in the space he's trying to walk to by moving the only part of him that he can to get as close to it as possible. Mm-hmm. And he not often does he make ghost noises, because he normally just talks or sings, but as he reaches, there's a the closest he's ever sounded to a banshee before. A bit of a wail escapes his throat.
And as you wail this sort of a keen and involuntary cry that also has a musical character to it, your arm crosses the threshold of the bridge, and for a moment you feel it become more corporeal. And then your hand grabs something. Someone walks by and puts something in your hand, and you grab it instinctively, and you're holding something. You're holding something physical.
For the first time he can remember.
It is a new demo EP. For the Valley of the Rogue.
No.
The momentary jubilation of long unfelt corporeality is cut short starkly by the visages of the band members he most despises.
You see them lined up on this album cover. The EP is called, I'm going to roll for it. One moment. The EP is called Shipwrecker.
Ooh.
They're all wearing dark colors. They're dramatically lit. There's some like shredded fabric, dark circles under their eyes, whether it's from authentic lack of sleep or cool makeup. No one could tell. And I think you hear echoing, reverberating in your mind's eye, a single off that EP, the title single, Mocking You. And this will be everyone.
Yeah.
Shipwrecker.
Shipwrecker.
The song is called
Shipwrecker.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
We're going to figure out the vibe of this band as we go.
Yeah.
Set out to sea, just you and me, nowhere to be, just you and me.
Baby, you're a boat and I'm the rocks. Why don't you crash yourself on me? Baby, you're a boat and I'm
The rocks,
the rocks.
rocks.
Why don't you crash yourself on me?
It's a red sky morning. You better take warning. Dashing yourself. Red sky at night. Madeline. Don't wreck nobody else.
Ooh.
Baby, you're the ship. Oh, yeah, you're right.
And I'm a rock.
Why don't you crash yourself on me? Baby, you're a ship. And I'm a rocks. Why don't you crash yourself on me?
I'm a shipwrecker, bad weather. Maybe you should turn the lighthouse on. I'm a shipwrecker, bad weather. Maybe you should turn the lighthouse on. I'm a shipwrecker, bad weather. Maybe you should turn the lighthouse on. Shipwrecker, you're a shipwrecker. Maybe you should turn the lighthouse on.
You're a ship.
And I'm the rocks.
Why
Don't you crash yourself on me?
As the song reverberates in Amadeus's ectoplasm, he stares with increasing enmity at the album cover, specifically at the image of Ricardo.
He
Rogue.
looks so cool.
Amadeus doesn't know why. Amadeus is a competitive person and wants to be the best rock band, wants to be the top rock star. That's in his nature. But
Yeah, it's your unfinished business.
yes, but there is something specific about Ricardo Rogue that makes Amadeus's incorporeal blood boil. There is some sort of horrific grave curse that wants to escape Amadeus's lips directed at Ricardo Rogue, and he doesn't understand why.
Amadeus, give me a book check.
Ooh.
This is my second best one.
DC 8.
He's a smart guy. He's a book guy.
It's only a 6 though.
You have 2 dice. Do you want to bump it up? Or 2 picks?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, that would make it a success if you spent your picks. What else are they for?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, you can decide. You can decide.
I was just thinking about holding
Yeah.
on to them to give them to my friends, but also
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can give ones from the middle to your friends.
I
Yeah.
can just
You can
award
give
them
stuff
to
in the
people?
middle. If someone does something cool.
Okay, yeah, then I'll spend them.
Yeah.
I'll go to 8.
Giving each other guitar picks is just a hell yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
great. Rock on, brother.
You've seen Ricardo Rogue before. You don't like looking at his face because it's so smug. He has that like rock star swagger that feels to you unearned. Something about the way this photo was taken. Maybe the light, they're trying to do a chiaroscuro kind of old Dutch master thing.
Yup.
He looks familiar.
Yeah, he does.
Not that he is someone. Maybe? Is he? Is he descended from someone? Is he? You haven't just seen him around. You've seen him around. And as you ponder that, now that you've registered it, immutable truth, we travel back to the adventures of Nicky Vader. Nicky, where are you heading?
Well, in contrast to all that gorgeous introspection and delicious, beautiful, ghosty imagery, I'm just a regular guy, and I'm gonna go to the coffee shop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get a latte.
I'm giving you a picture of that. I'm just a regular guy, and I'm gonna go to the coffee shop.
He's
I'm
just a
gonna
little
get
guy.
latte. I'm just a little guy.
Incredible.
Well, so
Oh my god.
I will say there is one ulterior motive, and that is that when Hazel and I were dating, we used to love going to this place.
Yeah.
And so I do believe there is a large chance that she might be here
Especially if she's only in town for this.
for this show. She's definitely going to want to stop by this coffee shop. And just on the off chance that I might run into her in a situation that's not
You're to
that's-
navigate.
doesn't have anything to do with the show, like there's the pressure's off, what if we just bumped into each other?
Absolutely. What do you order, knowing that you might be drinking this drink in front of someone who's going to be judging your choice?
Well, yeah, so this is one of those really, really fancy coffee shops.
Faster than a beam of light? Is that-
Yes,
yeah.
faster than a beam of light. Sorry,
Sorry, I said it wrong.
faster than a beam of light.
Excuse me, it's quicker.
Oh, quicker. Sorry. See, this is why Lore Master Helix is stepping in. Quicker than a beam of light.
Yes. So this is quicker than a beam of light, which is one of those places where they do pour over in the coffee shop.
Oh, God.
Nicky's not getting pour over though because his taste buds are not evolved quite to that level. But he is gonna do a Winter's Eve, and it's vegan drinking chocolate mixed with Earl Grey essence
Wow.
and steamed oat milk with 2 shots of espresso in it as well.
Cool.
That's so Nicky.
Is this drink called the Nicky?
No, it's called the Winter's Eve.
Winter's
Oh,
Eve.
the
Kyle,
Winter's Eve was the name of the. Sorry, the
if
Winter's
you
Eve.
were listening.
Well, I thought the Winter's Eve was the. I thought that was a real thing that you, Melvina, were talking about.
no.
That's the name of the.
Yeah,
crap.
that's
Okay,
the name of the
sorry.
drink. That's what I'm
My
gonna
bad.
order.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's
No,
all right.
it's all right.
Give me a slick check to see how cool of an order this is.
Okay, thank you. That's my best stat.
I'm
so
gonna
I will
say,
be rolling,
yeah.
rolling a d20.
I'm going to say if it's above a 10, this is a very cool drink.
That's a 19.
This drink is so good.
Oh my gosh. This is the coolest drink on the menu. Like the barista, when you order this, like gives you like a nod. Like
in a
good
firm,
choice.
Cool guy.
Yeah.
And I say,
That's what I get. Yeah. Starts making it for you. As you settle to this cafe, looking around, Helix, remind me what this interior looks like. Did we decide?
It has a row of seats that are sort of like bar stools against a bar that faces out a large plate glass window. Otherwise, it looks like every coffee shop on Instagram. It's like white and wood tones.
Yeah.
yep.
It's very tasteful. High ceiling skylights.
Plants.
Plants.
So many plants.
You cannot get a job there if you don't have at least 3 tattoos.
You must. Yeah.
Contrary to what our parents told us.
If there's hair on the sides of your heads, don't even
You're
apply.
doing it wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Could you give me a look check? And I'm going to make one contested, and we'll see who notices the other one first.
Oh my god.
Oh, good thing you ordered the cool
my
drink.
god. All right, I'm rolling a d10. That's my look.
I'm rolling a d12.
I got a 2.
The dice do tell the story.
Yeah.
You know what? You still outrolled her. She is perceptive. You know this. She said some things about you that were true, but maybe not super kind a few years ago.
Oh, this is so rough.
So you know that she normally notices stuff. She's normally on top of her game. She is checking the way that people move through a space, how they look at each other, how they relate to each other. But you see her first.
And you know what? That kind of freaks me out. That scares me a little bit because I'm like, oh no, I'm really just not cool enough for her to notice me.
If that's where Nicky's head jumps, then maybe that's where your head jumps to. You see that she is steeping a tea that's got like a bunch of flowers in it.
That one's called the Summer's Morning.
Yeah. Opposites. You see she's got the notepad where she always writes like lyrics. She's scribbling ideas. She's got like a tarot deck out on the table. To describe her, she's wearing a black tank top with a really loose cardigan over it. Very flowy. So much jewelry. Like very sort of tasteful, but in concert with itself, very heavy. And in that sort of spirit, she looks like a little bit weighed down by something as she scrambles, frantically turning over cards and writing things.
Is she sitting with anybody or?
She's alone.
Well, for as long as it takes for the barista to make my drink, I will stand by the bar and observe. Once my drink is created,
Yeah.
I will pick it up.
Again, I just have to congratulate you on what a good choice you made.
Thank you. Thank you. It's the best thing on the menu, like
Yeah,
objectively.
it absolutely is. Absolutely.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
I will then pick it up, admiring the latte art, and I will walk casually directly over to where Hazel's sitting and go, Hazel!
She drops her pencil, closes her notebook, looks up at Nick.
Hi. Crazy to run into you here.
I guess not that crazy, right?
Oh, so you still think this place is cool?
I mean, they have the summer tea. It helps me focus. You know that. You know that I come here before shows. What?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just figured, a lot's changed in the past couple years, so, I wasn't sure if you'd still come here.
Well, I'm still here.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm glad. I mean, I'm excited to see you play tonight. You know that my band's in the show too.
Vader band?
Yeah, Toledo Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still going strong. We actually got a new member since I last saw you. He's pretty dope. Plays the bass and
Sort
other
of.
stuff.
Just sort of rounding out the sound, finding the missing pieces.
Yeah, they got you playing with some like a drummer and I saw on Instagram,
Yeah. Yeah, they got me some backing
there's no
vocalists.
Instagram.
Some, poster. Maybe a poster, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed on the poster it says Hazel Dell and band. So like they got you playing with some people now? It's not just you anymore?
Yeah, they got me paired up with some musicians. The label's been really good about that. Really wanting to support my voice as an artist. And just giving me a lot of freedom to do what I want, but also a lot of, unconditional support when I ask for it.
Wow. That sounds great. Well, I don't mean to, interrupt your reading. I will go sit by the window.
Nick, I know it was really messy at the end, but there were like high points, right? Like there were. It feels messy right now, and I'm trying to remember is making music. Is it always like this? Like when you're making music and writing new music, you always don't know if you have something good.
Are you talking about our relationship or your album?
Talking about music. She flips over a tarot card.
Flips over a tarot card.
Well,
No, it's the Fool.
I mean, yeah, it can be messy sometimes, but if you've got the right people around you, it can be pretty nice.
You want to flip one, see if you'll win?
Okay, that the cards are never nice to me.
Well, a lot of cups on that card. Yeah. I know, things... It's a lot of cups. You happy? Seems like it looking at that.
I guess. Do you mind if I sit down here?
Yep, sorry.
Okay,
Go for it. She starts sort of noodling on her guitar, looking through some of the notes she wrote. The people in the cafe seem delighted by it because it's famous musicians doing an impromptu performance.
I'm sorry for the way I did things. And I'm sorry for what I said when I called last time. But you never really made it easy to be open and honest with you.
You know me, I'm always reading tarot cards and looking upwards towards the constellation sky. Never really seeing what's in front of me till it's gone. Always trying to try. And I could sift my way through the major arcana and still not know what I really want. I'm just thinking, well, might you, can you find a better place to haunt? But maybe I was the fool. Maybe I was the fool.
I always felt like a loner. I always felt like you were better. I shouldn't have compared our songs so much. It's just when you're so damn good it makes me feel a little small in the big picture of it all. What we had was good, you know, and sometimes I regret.
Maybe I was the fool. Maybe I was the fool. The fool for you. Maybe I was your fool. Maybe I was your fool.
It's nice to see you. Nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you. Nice to hear from you. Now and then. Maybe Maybe I was wrong about some things. Or a little hard on you.
Maybe I, could have stood up for myself a little bit,
Maybe I should have supported your music a little more when things were taking off for me.
Maybe I shouldn't have, had so much resentment for you. I mean, you are amazing. You are very talented. You deserve all the success you've gotten. I mean,
Maybe I shouldn't have rubbed it in your face so much when Bittersweet Records signed me.
maybe I shouldn't have just come here and just hoped I would run into you like an idiot, and I should have just called you, Should have just called you and said words to you.
Maybe I wouldn't have stopped by here if I didn't hope you might show up.
All of the patrons in the coffee shop are rolling their eyes real hard right now.
Except for 3 people who are sitting really close by who are
They're watching like it's a tennis match.
they're drinking the tea.
There's the people who love love, and the people who are just like, just
Just
get a room.
get over it. Well, I'd offer to buy you a tea, but you've got one. Maybe I can get you a drink or a,
After the battle?
yeah.
Yeah, if you win,
Oh, and what happens if you win?
then I'll buy the drink.
Okay, that sounds fair to me.
You see that this sort of look of worries kind of comes over her face again as she ponders the battle of the bands, something that's clearly preoccupying her a lot. She gets back to writing.
Oh my gosh, Deborah, do you think they're gonna make it?
Only if one of them wins. There's 4 bands.
There's 4, but I need them to be together. I've already named their children in my mind.
I see you've already knitted a scarf.
Well, the idle hands are a devil's plaything.
Well, they better, because otherwise that scarf is going to be really confusing.
Yup. So dumb.
Make me a slick check and add your magic die, your rock die.
Me?
Get it. Slick?
Rock.
Slick for
Rock.
Christmas.
This is what Nikki's good at.
Yeah,
Best
yeah. 10 will be a certain effect. 4?
It blows up!
4 blows up. So your magic.
A 4 and a 1.
Oh, okay.
And a 1 on the.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Use your pick.
It,
Maybe.
I don't know if.
Get it all the way to
But
a
you
6.
take another one.
Oh,
because you lost. Yeah, that's all right.
I have 2 picks.
You know, you have to. Yeah, I think that. I wish I knew more about tarot cards. This is on me.
You haven't played enough Persona. That's your problem. You need to play more Persona. You learn about tarot cards.
I think that as you've been singing, some of the cards from the deck rose up, moving to and fro, sort of across the table in shapes. A little picture play, a little shadow puppet show, like characters to figures of the major arcana, the Fool and the Four of Cups, which we'll say has a person on it, I don't know. In this deck, they do, like, sort of finding each other, growing into other cards, falling apart and coming back. The way they scatter at the end, you don't really have the tools to make sense of this. This was always Hazel's thing, not yours. What you don't see as you turn to give her space to write is that her eyes dart towards the Lover's card, which is the way that the cards have fallen, inverted, which to my understanding is a negation, a doom, a threat,
Reversal.
a danger.
I ran out of yawn.
Wait, take some of mine. I gotta go get another coffee. I want to get what that guy has.
It smells really nice.
It's so fancy. It's so cool.
Deborah, would you get one for me also?
Oh my God, yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
As they go off to get the coolest drink at the cafe the winter's eve. Do we want to take a dinner break?
Yeah. Dinner break.
Yay! Oh, you're all killing it.
This is so fun,
This
Grella.
is so, like,
I'm having a silly time.
And so, having found more questions than answers, the bad boys of Toledo Vader make their way back to each other and to the alligator for sound check. Will Nicky win his bet with Hazel? Can Amadeus reveal Ricardo Rogue's role in his revenancy? Is Five Slice Friday at Stacks as good as Belt says? All this and more in the next episode of RPG Major.
Nicky Vader is played by Seattle improviser and musician Melvina Fletcher. Find them on Instagram at MuleWho. Amadeus was Kyle Hennick, who performs regularly throughout the Seattle area. Follow him on Instagram at danger_K. Belt Toledo is Helix. Follow him and the show on Instagram at RPG Major. The GM for this arc is Camilla Franklin, who also does the art and design for the show. She recently created a map of Foxglove, which you can find on our website or Discord. Follow her on Instagram at Camillastrator. All music for this arc was created live in the room by our incredible accompanist Noah Samuels, who's on Instagram at Samuels_Noah. Since you don't need context and the songs are a hoot, this arc could be a great one for you to share with a friend. So please, let someone know about this show. Okay, we'll see you next time.
It's your first day. Welcome.
We tried to write a handbook, but you all kept getting it wrong. So we've put our regulations into song. You've got it made. You've got it made. When you work at the Mages and Merlot Wizards and Spellbinding Arcade. You've got it made. You've got it made. When you work at the Mages and Merlot Wizards and Spellbinding Arcade. You've got it made. You've got it made. You've got it made. When you work at the Mages and Merlot Wizards and Spellbinding Arcade. Arcade.
Welcome aboard! Watch your step!
You'll be here forever.
where am I?
If madcap energy and big chaotic moves from both players and GM are your speed, check out the Dead Dragon Society podcast. The first episode of their 5th edition D&D game concludes with one of the wildest moves I've ever heard a GM pull, and that sets the direction for the whole campaign. So give the Dead Dragon Society a listen. And if you find yourself in an extra-dimensional wizard and spellbinding arcade that seems to defy the laws of time and causality, tell them that RPG Major sent you. Maybe they'll give you a discount.
Cardio.
Cardo Rogue.
Ricardio. Who's an Adventure Time villain.
This is way more like deep than I was expecting, and I kind of love it.
Yeah. Well, I think
I
that's
kind of came up with I'm gonna just try to match y'all's energy and give you stuff to react to.
It's awesome.
Also, this is how we do in RPG Major. Like, it's
Feelings.
there's a lot
Big
of
feelings.
There's dumb bits. There's a lot of dumb bits also.
yeah. You gotta do both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should it sound like for you? What do you want to play?
Canterbury Tales. Does that mean anything to you?
Kind of a medievally sound?
Yeah. I don't know how to make that rock, but we'll we'll find it.
It should rock a little bit?
Well, no, I don't know. I think that's up to me. Like, start it medievally and
It is a wall of stone, so it rocks. Both looked at me like, what?
oh, you're doing a pun. Yeah. Hazel Dell and the Wisconsin Dells. Sorry. Here at RPG Major, we always do extensive research. To prove it,
You want to flip one, see if you'll win?
Okay, you know that the cards are never nice to me.
Can you win at tarot?
win at the Battle of the Bands.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Also, yes. Anytime you flip death, you win.
Does anyone here know what tarot cards are like really good or bad? Mel, do you want to roll me like a d20 and I'll kind of make a guess and we'll assume in this world that's what's good or bad?
It's all contextual.
I feel like death and
really
devil are both.
Oh my god.
Another 19?
Another 19.
I know Tower's the really bad one. I should have checked this before.
I think there's like the 4 of cups. I think the cups ones are usually pretty good because they represent like abundance or something.
No, a lot of cups on that card.
Swords is like
Devil and Tower are both pretty bad, aren't they?
maybe I shouldn't have came here hoping I would run into you and I should have just texted you. Nope.